All right, hello. It is Pick Central, Barstool's daily gambling and picks show. I am Brandon Walker. I am wearing my two-a-time shirt. Yes, he wasn't good. Yes, he's 1-0. We've got a full house, a full boat today. Starting to the right, we've got the returning Rico Bosco. Hello, sir.
Shout out all my Rutgers people.
Chopping wood.
So you're just taking Rutgers now?
When you get a win, you got to be happy. And there were very few this weekend.
To my immediate right is
Jackie April, Jeremy Piacosta.
Very few from Rico Bosco.
somebody who's very happy as well, Ben Mintz.
I am very happy. That was all-time Saints performance yesterday. Hammer Green Bay. Good spirits. Victory
I don't know if that's
Monday.
an all-time Saints performance.
38-3.
You guys have been a really good team.
I don't know, Aaron Rodgers. That was the worst game in Aaron Rodgers' whole NFL career.
All right, to my left, which we got to talk about Aaron Rodgers. That's interesting. Big Ev, hello. Not the best weekends for your teams.
No, certainly not.
Every team, actually.
Literally all of them.
Oh, I didn't even think of the
Literally,
Giants too. Yeah,
Well, the Knicks didn't lose this weekend, so.
it's true.
They kinda
Goshen
did,
Pop
though.
Warner did, though.
They did kind of lose.
Yeah.
They kind of lose just by existing.
Ohio State,
Trey Young
Giants,
was.
Goshen Pop Warner.
Goshen High School
Trae Young came out of
got a big
SmackDown.
win over
You kind of
Warwick.
lost the Knicks, too. Trey Young came out at SmackDown.
MSG. It was awesome.
Did he oh, wow. Did he really?
They were introducing somebody. I was like, who's he bringing out? And Trey Young just walks out. It was fantastic.
That's amazing.
Marty Mush.
Yep, not good either, you know?
And the parlay prince himself, it is
See,
Smitty.
you say that. I don't even sit down, and it's a pure inquisition on Smitty.
It wasn't an inquisition.
I mean, it's an inquisitioning.
I think
by
you're being-
Marty Mush more than anybody.
You're
stirring
being
the
awful
pot.
defensive. I don't think he was an inquisition. He was merely asking you a couple questions.
It was an inquisition.
No, I sat down this morning and point to them and go, mockery.
Mockery.
yeah, shame.
Yeah, you're
Shame.
making a mockery of the
Well,
show.
I'm not making a
Just
mockery of the show.
throwing parlays out every day.
First of all, I'm throwing parlays out every day. I only hit on one. Bryce Harper hit a home run and win. That's it.
I think I know what's going on because I don't see his picks every day because it's like obviously he's here 2 times a week or whatever.
He's
like,
on the Rico
I
plan.
don't see.
Whoa.
I'm not doing.
They
I'm
are
not saying the
TJ,
word.
are they not tweeted
No,
out?
it is. You're right. I'm not. I think
Yeah,
it's my fault where I don't see it
catch
because
it
I
up.
don't look at everyone's picks.
Well, you
That's
should.
on
Maybe
me.
be up a couple units.
Shut the fuck up. I think I was going on your side for a second. I was about to go on your side, you scumbag.
I'm getting fucking killed.
Yeah, you mean
Nah,
Rico? You
you're
lost
worse than
15
Megan.
You lost
That's
15
bad.
units on Saturday.
What do you have anything to say toward the state of Minnesota?
Yeah, I fucking hate you. I hope BJ Fleck chokes on his tie. The fucking third quarter was unbelievable. I know you probably got lost. You guys are in transition, but just didn't do it. I still stand behind. They're 20 points better than Miami of Ohio. And the Vikings go fuck
got
themselves too.
duped. You thought Ohio State was the national champion. You did, right?
I
and
did.
then you saw them play against Ohio State.
I also
where
watched Miami
they-
of Ohio. Don't
I
say
know.
I'm just a
I'm
one-way
not saying
guy.
you're
But
a
don't-
one-way guy, but then you were like, all right, well, I think Minnesota is 20 points better. They stayed with the national champion, and then everything went to shit this week, too.
And Minnesota's best player's leg exploded. That didn't bother you at all?
What did I say? If anyone's going to get the cliches, next man up,
Yeah.
seize your opportunity. It's that tie-wearing cliche motherfucker, PJ Fleck. And for the first half, they did. They did anything they wanted. They just stopped throwing the ball.
All right. Y'all want to start with? Let's start with NFL, then we'll get to college football because I know we have several things to talk about in college football.
There's
USC
really
could
not
go
much to
fuck
talk about.
themselves, though.
No, there's not. There's not. We'll have to fill. Probably have to take some calls. I guess the NFL thing that stood out to me the most was, in fact, the Saints destroying the Packers because we talked all offseason, or Ben Mintz did, saying, I think Jameis would be pretty good, but they don't have any receivers and stuff like that. Well, Jameis comes out and throws the weirdest stat line I've ever seen. 5 touchdowns.
14 of 20 for 148 yards.
148 yards and 5 touchdowns. It's the lowest amount of yards for a 5-touchdown thrower in NFL history. Like, I was following kind of on the periphery because I was in and out of naps. But I saw he had 5 touchdowns. I'm thinking, wow, Jameis had an incredible day. And he had 148 yards, but Aaron Rodgers had the worst day of his career, like you said.
Yeah, and the Saints ran the ball the first half at 24 carries, 140 yards, just dominated the time of possession, had the lead, bled the clock. So the game flow was more Jameis just kind of manage it. And just awesome effort, man. Just hadn't seen Aaron Rodgers 15 to 28 for like 130 yards. 3 points total, and the Saints, coming off Hurricane Ida, you wouldn't have known the Saints were the homeless team of the two watching that game.
So Aaron Rodgers hates his coach and his organization.
You can tell that.
But he's kind of hated him for years and just playing out of spite. And by playing out of spite, he's been playing well and getting them victories.
But yesterday, the coach comes out in the press conference and says,
we got embarrassed.
We got embarrassed. And Aaron Rodgers, disagreed with that. And he said, he can say whatever he wants, but it's just one game. They're not on the same page at all. I feel like he shouldn't be that bad. I mean, even if they're mad at each other, he shouldn't be that bad. That was shockingly bad.
It was shockingly bad. The one thing I already said it Malik asked me for a take. I think there's going to be a gross overreaction to this game from the Packers.
There is.
Because remember, literally, this pretty much almost exactly what happened yesterday happened to them last year in Tampa early in the season.
But that was a little
the same. But it was the same circumstances. The circumstances with the team and the front office and all that. It's really no different now than it was then. There was already
what game
public.
is that?
It's public, but the beef was there firmly already.
Yeah, but this is it's coming off that entire offseason and then dropping that and then sitting in your chair like fucking Paul Crewe is not the best.
Trust me, the body language I didn't love, but there's been plenty of times I remember the famous the relax. I feel like this is another people are just going nuts. They looked awful. The offense looked awful. They couldn't do anything. The Saints defense looked great. I think they're going to be just fine. I still think they win 11, 12 games.
I'm hammering the Packers.
You looked at their schedule?
At home against Detroit Monday night.
Hammering them.
You looked at their schedule?
No.
Lions, at 49ers, Steelers, at Bengals, at Bears, Washington football team, at Cardinals, at Chiefs, Seahawks, Vikings, Rams. That ends out September, October, November.
The last 5 is murder.
It's not the easiest.
Their division, it went 0-4
Division's
yesterday.
horrific.
Division stinks, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I still think the favorite in the division. I still think they win 11 games at least. I think they're going to be fine. I really do.
Yeah?
I do.
It's a
if
tough
I'm wrong, I'm
schedule.
wrong.
It's a tough schedule.
I really believe it's going to be a crazy overreaction.
I mean, he's done it forever. I don't I see your point. But
he has the
it's a tough
history of
schedule.
playing bad in these early season games, the good weather down south. He has a track record of it.
As long as everybody's healthy, as long as Devontae Adams, as long as the running back Adams is healthy, they're going to be fine.
That's what I'm saying. They're not nearly as bad as they looked yesterday.
Question. Every team in an NFL division, we've never had a year where every team in division makes the playoffs. Could that happen this year with the NFC West? The NFC West went 4-0 yesterday. 3 of those on the road. None of them particularly close. The Seahawks look good against the Colts. By the way, the Niners not covering should be studied for years from now. That shouldn't count.
Yeah, that was crazy.
What's not being talked, Jared Goff, good for him.
Yeah, he played.
What he did yesterday, I don't give a shit. He's on the Lions, and he made that a game. Good for him.
Not good for him.
Everyone said so much shit about him.
You can't put a bet in the winning column and then look away and then it loses. It's just not fair.
So you're a chalk-eating weasel.
I'm not a chalk-eating weasel.
Get some plus points.
I had some plus points.
Was dogs went 11-4 yesterday against the spread.
Well, you got to remember, Brandon kills dogs. Likes favorites.
It's a fair play. It was a clean shot.
Every once in a while, that's all you got to do, bud. Now we're done for the day.
Real
Here's my
quick.
quota. That's it.
It's a clean
Just
shot.
real quick, tell everyone I said hello on Pick'em. Thanks for being my friend.
Who?
Jersey Jerry.
Oh, yeah.
This is
So that
I love Jerry.
That Packers Steelers game, there's a chance Rodgers is playing for the Steelers. Just FYI, the way Jerry's talking.
Hey, the Steelers, though.
The defensive effort was
Their
spectacular.
defense is
Unbelievable.
crazy. And their
Spectacular.
offense is good enough to get them through.
That was
Jerry with those eyeballs.
kind of more embarrassing on the Bills.
I
part.
agree. That tells me more about the Bills than it does the Steelers. Like the Bills come in with all this Super Bowl expectation. You're hosting Pittsburgh. You have to come out and make a statement, at least by winning the game. You can't lose to the Steelers, to a 40-year-old quarterback right out of the gate when you've got a guy supposed to be entering the prime of his career and you can't move the football.
After being up 10-0 at halftime.
Yeah, after handling them with relative ease
the
early.
Steelers really did nothing on offense.
They let the
Defense,
the Bills,
special teams
the
won the
Bills
game.
let them just hang around too long.
Yeah.
They
did.
could have.
They definitely did.
Block,
They
punt,
did.
touchdown.
And they did a little bit on offense. They drove the ball when they needed to drive.
A few times. You know,
That's what I'm saying, though. I think their
Roethlisberger made a few
offense.
plays.
I think their offense is serviceable enough that they can win a lot of games because of their defense.
Yeah, and
It's not Juju Smith is probably their third best receiver on that team.
that's another division that is up in the air to me because Cleveland, I know they lost, but Cleveland looked really good.
Cleveland's be fine.
They're fine. We'll see about Baltimore tonight. They got so many injuries, but if they did, they're still a pretty good team and a great franchise. And then the fucking Bengals, they beat the Vikings yesterday. So there's no more. I don't think there's any easy wins in that division anymore. There used to be a couple of easy wins every year for the Steelers. I don't know if that exists anymore.
Now, Jamar Chase looked like he could see the NFL football yesterday too.
What a good job by him.
Joe
Saying
Mixon,
that he can't
too.
see it, and then all of a sudden he just took off.
Yeah.
This guy's great.
I think all those receivers like Chase, Waddle, Smith all caught touchdowns yesterday.
Yeah, they
Waddle looked good.
Devontae Smith was plus 2,000 to
Yeah,
catch the
Rowan
That was
gave
a
that
great
out.
bet.
2,000.
Oh, did you take that?
No, I should have.
I wish I did.
Oh, is that a parlay? Is that considered a parlay? If I take that?
The Eagles, though, the Eagles 32-6.
Yeah, the Eagles played well. They exceeded all expectations. Jalen Hurts looked like a franchise quarterback.
Which is
Nick's-
wild to me. I've been on record. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback. I think he's good.
Nick's-
but
I got destroyed by Eagles Twitter yesterday over it.
Nick Sirianni looked like a very competent head coach. They came out inspired. They came out well. But, I mean, the Falcons looked that bad. That bad. I mean,
that's what
Arthur Smith should be ashamed of himself for being that sought after and then coming out like that. I mean, he wasn't even putting the offense in any sort of position to succeed. Kyle Pitts was nothing. And I'm not saying the Eagles defense didn't play well. The Falcons had only one play in Eagles territory in the second half. I mean, they got shut down, but give me something, Arthur Smith.
I might
after
make a
being
bet
sought
that the
after.
Falcons might not score a touchdown.
Also, I knew the Eagles were winning
In
the
the red
second
zone ever.
the second you took the Falcons -3.
I
Thank you
thought
for
it was such an easy bet. The Falcons literally were that. I think Dave said it, like they're the best to get into the red zone at every drive, but they just
They
cannot
never- yeah.
fucking
Is
get it.
Matt Ryan signed long term?
Yeah, they can't get out of his deal till after next year, basically. So I mean, like the cap wise, they're stuck with him through
It's
2022.
like a Drew Brees thing where it's like you're gonna keep throwing him out there till he retires.
Well, flip side, is there anybody who would trade for him?
Not with that contract. Hell no.
Yeah.
But if whatever.
And
All
he-
right.
he
I'm
was
just saying,
only-
change the scenery.
no, I
like
think they
I don't
would.
think he's that
Somebody
great
would.
Yeah, I
either.
think so
would.
too.
There's
Like
no-
now, like in season. I'm
Yeah.
saying.
especially with like Stafford going from Detroit to LA and looking like he's reborn out there and rejuvenated. That could happen to
In
Matt Ryan
season's
too.
tough though. When was the
In-season
last time
stuff,
that's
yeah,
happened with a
absolutely.
quarterback?
In-season stuff.
I
Absolutely.
thought the Niners might look at him to reunite him and Kyle Shanahan with how good they were and get rid of Garoppolo, but they didn't.
Well,
that
they
was
put
the
him
spot
on
that I was
fucking
watching for.
Washington.
That's the one that sticks out to me.
Yeah.
With Fitzpatrick on. But you're right. Nobody makes in trades in season for whatever reason. It's kind of weird.
I mean, quarterback, it's tough.
It's tough.
It's a lot
New
to pick
system.
up.
Any chance Cam Newton and Ron Rivera reunite in Washington?
Yeah, it would take something like that, like where you're going to a system that you're like familiar with. That's the only way it could really happen. Or unless you're just like a freak athlete and come in as a quarterback and just can take over.
So the Rams look really good. The Bears made that a game and were hanging around. What, you didn't think the Rams?
The Rams. I think the Bears looked really bad. I think they should have beat them by even more. Like I know that
The Bears took the step. The Bears were able to succeed offensively enough to make it not a blowout. They were able to keep the ball 8 minutes at a time, and that lessened the blow a little bit.
Yeah. I think. I mean, obviously the Rams look good. I can't say that they didn't, but I just think that the Bears are just really bad.
Their defense isn't terrible though. The Rams just looked like everything that everyone thought they'd look like.
I don't think.
At least the optimists.
I think the Bears are better than you think. I think Montgomery's a really good player.
Yeah, I think
He
the Bears' offense
he
looked
looked
actually
great
quite
last
That's what the
surprising.
Rams. The run defense was bad for them.
Yeah, but Collinsworth was right. Like the Rams didn't even look like they were concerned with stopping the run. It was like they were backing up and they just weren't even worried about it. So that was it was a fun weekend. Dolphins beat the Patriots.
That was a hell of a
17-16.
game. Hell of a game there.
We were beat. The Dolphins were beat, and the Patriots fumbled with 3 minutes to go in the red zone. They had the easy game-winning field goal in their pocket, and they fumbled the football. That never happens to the Dolphins against the Patriots. It always happens against us. So that was it was a great win.
Especially with Harlan announcing.
Harlan's my favorite announcer in sports.
Yeah,
I
but
know
have
Frank,
you heard the
I know
stat?
Frank doesn't like it.
1 in 70. Now 2 in 70. It's an impressive stat.
I just love making up stats when you need to make a point. Just go ahead and make up a stat.
I wish I did. I was plus 36 units this week. I'll make that stat up if it helps.
What else in NFL football sticks out? Because we got to get to some college football stuff.
The Giants stink.
The Giants.
Yeah,
Giants
Daniel
are
Jones
bad.
stinks, like I said from day one.
Is Arizona for real? Or Tennessee's defense?
I think
Arizona was
Arizona's
awesome.
for real.
Yep.
I think Arizona's for real.
I think
them out in
Arizona's
the
for
summer.
real. I think the Broncos are for real. Actually, I think the Giants getting a little bit more slack. I think the Broncos are good, but the Giants season's Thursday.
Who you play
Fact.
Thursday?
Football
Football
team.
team.
Football team.
Oh, in here?
No.
Or I mean,
No.
you're not-
Aren't you
you're not
doing
gonna
like a
beat
Long
them.
Island?
In Washington.
I think
the
so.
capital.
Plus
Yeah,
4.5.
it's-
You guys aren't going to beat Washington.
Well,
I weirdly feel like we're
I
going to
feel
make it
good.
a game.
Heineke? Come on.
I mean, Bridgewater.
Bridgewater's
See, that's the thing where I've said I think Bridgewater is good. And I've said that beforehand. I've definitely said that many times. I like Bridgewater. I said all the guy does is win games. All everyone talks about is how bad he is.
Somebody's got a point. Justin Herbert is incredible. Justin Herbert's fantastic.
He made some great throws in that game yesterday.
He is a fantastic NFL quarterback.
The Chiefs were down 12 in the third quarter, still like plus 120.
Yeah.
Yo,
me and
Rico,
Rico
you tried
get
to
a
get him
fucking
in the
number
We
on
tried to
it.
get
Yeah.
numbers
Couldn't
so
get
much.
a fucking number. I'm like, God damn. Every time.
It's like, actually, you know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
They knew it was going to
Couldn't
happen.
get the fucking number.
And then Mahomes just shows up like they're blowing him for it, but it's an awful pass like behind Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill just stops, throws the fucking cornerback for a loop, 75-yard touchdown.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Why not?
Nothing to it.
Andy Reid's a genius.
I'm changing my pick tonight.
Why? What out of that conversation made you change your pick? We weren't even talking about either of the two teams.
I've been thinking about it all morning now, and I am changing my pick.
So you were on the Raiders, right?
Yep.
You're going to the Ravens.
Yes. Everyone's saying about their running backs being out.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I think we can all agree. I'm far and away the worst NFL gambler here. Yes,
Yeah.
You're on the Ravens?
I'm on the Ravens. Just
Among
want you to
other
know
things.
that.
Yeah, I'm on the Raiders.
It makes me feel better.
I'm on Vegas.
What, are
Many-
you on the Raiders?
No, that he's on the Ravens.
There's a
Yeah, I
lot
know.
of people on the Raiders.
There is
I don't love the
nothing
side,
that
but-
could happen tonight that wouldn't surprise me. I have no idea what's going to happen for this game.
So I know the Ravens
pretty
have a
much
lot
me
of
too.
injuries. I know the Ravens have a lot of injuries. All I think about is the Ravens are still relatively healthy up front. They still have a good defense up front, and the Raiders' offensive line just changed completely. And they got rid of all their good players and replaced them with not as good players. So that feels like that's a problem.
My problem was that my first reaction was I thought about all the nonsense that they've gone through. Peters being out and Dobbins and what's his name?
Edwards.
Gus Edwards.
Gus
Staten
getting
Island.
hurt, and it's like they're in shambles. And you see -4. It's just the Raiders just look so good when you first look at that line.
Well, if there's anybody to be in shambles for the Ravens, it's a running back position. I mean, even Williams was a third back, but he was going to get a rotational play this year.
That's what I
and he's
think
a
we were just
starter.
talking. Was that you or someone was talking? Like, kind of the running back's the one position you kind of.
Well,
just,
yeah.
Peters hurts. Marquise
Peters
Brown being banged up, Hollywood, like
Yeah.
that hurts a little bit.
But they do also have Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, okay.
You don't like Lamar Jackson.
I think he's fine. I think he's
he's
fine.
not fine.
He's a fucking MVP 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay, that's good.
Not in the Brandon Walker Power Index.
Somebody's got a good point. Harbaugh is elite against the spread in early season games.
Yeah.
I think he's 10-3 against the spread in week 1.
Speaking of elite early, I mean, it's beating a dead horse, but have you seen Mahomes' stat line in September? That's
No,
fucking unbelievable. They're 10-0, I'm pretty sure. 33, it's not against us, but 3,300 yards, like 25 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in the month of September.
0?
Bro, look it up. They showed it yesterday.
I think it might have been even more touchdowns than that. I'm
I thought it was 25.
I think I thought it was like 35.
It is unbelievable. If the chat can get it, pull it up. It is. They showed it yesterday in the thing. I'm like, holy shit.
That was crazy.
Averaging like 330 a game.
That was crazy.
He's good, huh? It must be so nice to sit down on Sunday and watch a good quarterback.
Correct.
It
Yeah.
must be so nice.
It must be really nice.
Like I was saying it again, like I'm usually so excited for Sunday because I love gambling on it all day. But like it was always nice to have your team. But now it's just 5 years now. I can't watch it.
Imagine when it's 3rd and 11 and knowing you have a good chance to get it.
It's almost like better than having 3rd and 3.
Correct. Yeah.
It's like just when he throws the ball up in the air, you know it's not 40 feet over his head.
It's 35 touchdowns and
35?
it's 11-0, 35 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Also, that's crazy. That's insane.
It's 35 touchdowns?
Told you, I
I
said I
apologize
think it's
to
more.
Patrick
You
Mahomes.
underrated him.
25 is still fucking pretty impressive. Holy shit.
35 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Our what's fucking with me tonight too is our stat guy Ebo.
Yeah.
He did all these numbers things to me, and he says Derek Carr is going to be like,
Yeah, he loves
he's
the
like one of the
Raiders.
best quarterbacks.
He has been saying that. He said in some efficiency rating, he's the best in the league.
correct.
There's always an efficiency rating to tell you what you want to hear. I
Yeah.
feel like
Spend numbers any way you want.
there's always these alternate efficiency ratings that tells you an average quarterback is actually the best quarterback.
Yeah, but when you throw those numbers at me,
You just hear it and you're fine.
you hear it, I'm like,
I will
Derek
say
Carr.
also they use these. Well, I guess they do one for like basketball too, and they say like Rudy Gobert is the best player in the NBA. Guy's a liability.
You got a good shaped head.
Thank you. You know, actually, crazy. I was going to mention that the reason I'm not wearing a hat today, I got a fresh baldy, and on yesterday, I was like, you know what? I was like, maybe I'm going to shake up the gambling mojo. I'm going to go no hat today. Went 11-5, so here I am with no hat again.
Good for you.
It looks good.
I got to be more diligent about shaving it.
I
though.
like the
gotta do it
no hat
now.
look on you.
I do too.
I don't know.
I think
I feel weird.
for a bigger guy, a bald head, beard, great look.
I have a good shaped head. I know I can pull off the baldy.
You
but,
like Butterbean.
Yeah. That's what I was going for. If I fought Rough and Rowdy, that's what I was going to do.
Butterbean.
Big time. That's my hero.
Just change
him
it.
and Mike Tyson.
What would you be, Jellybean?
No, Butterbean.
We can't. That's already taken.
Well, no, not literally Butterbean, but like just a little, like
Grease bean?
a little homage
Well,
to Butterbean.
well, that's where Jelly Bean comes. in.
Jellybean would work.
Yeah, Crisco
Nah,
cream.
not Jelly Bean. Can't. Nah.
Okay.
Do a Jelly Bean? That sounds soft.
Yeah, but that's
I mean,
ironic. It's
Butterbean
ironically
sounds-
right. Butterbean.
Yeah, but Butterbean's Butterbean.
It's not a hard food.
Yeah, Butterbean sounds
He's
really
a killer.
soft.
Pinto beans.
Pinto.
Not a beans guy.
Well,
Well,
then why are you paying homage to Butterbean?
Because I like Butterbean. He's a great fighter.
I feel you should call yourself Gravy.
Gravy? Nah, we call one of my friends Gravy already.
oh, he's already got a gravy in the crew.
That's true. My bad. I should have known you had Gravy.
We got
in the
Gravy,
crew.
Crust, Fork.
What?
What's Gravy weighing in at? In the front group?
He actually got married this weekend. God bless him.
Good.
Oh,
good
Is he
God.
bigger than you?
No.
You got to take gravy then.
He's
Yeah.
gotten bigger over the years though. He's probably
You got to be three
Gravy's
bills. If
gotta
you're
be
Gravy.
3 bills.
he's probably like 5'8", like 240.
Nah, you got to take gravy.
Well, I mean, the BMI checks
Yeah,
out.
you sure. He's got.
But
high
he
blood-
was in high school. He was a guy that was like more like 5'8", 5'9", like 180.
If Gravy doesn't have high blood pressure, I don't want to know him.
No, gravy's got to be dangerously close to death at all times. Yeah.
He's
At
not.
all
He's not.
times.
He's
Shout out Gravy. Congrats
Shout
on
out
the marriage.
gravy.
shut up, Gravy.
Yeah, congrats,
I got
Gravy.
married on
Who's
Saturday.
it? Crusted fork? Cross fork? What'd you
No, Crust and Fork.
How does crust come about?
Because we just make fun of him because he eats the crust like a loser. He would ask someone else for their crust.
Oh, that is
take it easy.
Yeah, asking somebody else for their crust is crazy. Man.
I don't think you should be shamed for eating your own crust.
No, you
No,
can eat
no,
your
no.
own
It was
crust.
as
You're
like, yo,
you're
this
eating
guy,
scraps
like,
of
this guy
everyone's-
likes the crust too much.
Yeah, you can't eat somebody else's crust.
No, certainly not. It's stuck with him till this day.
Sometimes crust is really good.
Because for
though.
the record, we're also
Yeah.
guys that we have like 8 nicknames for each other. So like I don't call him
Okay,
crust like.
well, we
constantly.
need to know what your nickname is.
No, mine's just McDowell. Anyone who like grew up with me, they just call me my last name.
Oh, okay.
Did you give yourself the nickname Double Vodka Don?
I have many nicknames.
Okay, well, how many did you give yourself?
All
A fair amount.
Okay, that's a violation of mine.
No,
you can't be giving yourself nicknames.
They all kind of came about from random like, just random like things. Like I would say
drank a
like
double vodka?
snack, yeah, like just being the double vodka guy. Like Snacks Curry was given to me for intramurals. 'Cause
Yeah, but you cannot give that to yourself. Other people need to be like, oh, it's Double Vodka Don. He's the one who gets Double Vodka.
you know that. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's kind of how it happened. Someone just kind of said it one time, and I was like, "Oh, that's good." Because then I was starting the talking buck shtick at Ohio State, and I was like, "It's a good shtick," and I started workshopping it a little bit. It's like King of the Hawaiian, your mom's favorite friend, your wife's favorite big boy. They all just come about kind of naturally.
But you-
Before,
Give the guy a break, Adam.
And then imagine if he was up 20 units.
I keep everyone in check. I'm a glue guy. Listen, I'm only here 3 days a week, but I'm a fucking glue guy.
You're a glue guy?
In this room, I'm a glue guy.
No, you're not.
Okay.
I'll give him glue guy in this room, but when you get out there, that glue turns to
Oh my god.
know.
you're a separator guy.
Watch out, Jersey Jerry.
You're the opposite of glue. Before we get to college football, because I feel like we're going to talk about that a lot. You guys really? Yankees just going to fall into 4th place on the weekend of the September 11th.
You're not a big
anniversary?
baseball guy. Did you watch the game last night? It was unbelievable.
I watched it via Twitter.
If you
Okay.
I'm taking my bias out of everything. Last night was awesome. Like if I didn't, the way they lost, it sucked. But like
Yeah.
the actual game, the crowd was insane. The banter back and forth, even though Giancarlo Stanton would put Lindor in his back pocket and walk him around, that fucking loser. But like I actually like Lindor.
Right.
So like I was fine with it. Like the atmosphere was awesome last night. But the Yankees fucking suck.
They also
fuck
should
Lindor.
They should start the game at 7:00. It was you do lose a lot of eyeballs when it's fucking 12:00 at night, starting
Yeah.
at 8:00.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate the 8 o'clock.
That game
start
was
defense.
so long.
It was very long.
I watched the last 3. I was flipping back and forth during the football game, but I just watched. It was the last like 3 innings was on after. It
I
went
kind of
late.
like that we have like the 86 documentary is tonight. I have a blog coming about it. It's a different angle, but we were good when they
Glue guy.
we can't plug. We can't plug
Glue guy.
No, I didn't know where you're like. Where'd that come from?
that they were the bad.
Mets.
They were the bad boys
When
in
the-
'86.
the bad
It's kind
guys
of
won.
cool that we have bad guys now. Like
That's your favorite Perlman book, right? The Bad Guys one?
No, yeah, Boys Will Be Boys was just as
My
good.
dad
too.
arrested Roger Clemens in the '86
Oh yeah.
Really? Oh, why?
in the bullpen. Someone was like, fans were throwing shit at Clemens, and then he kind of went at my dad's partner, and they wrestled him down and got him arrested, and then brought him to his captain. They said, "What are we doing?"
In the World Series? Why don't I know that should be a famous story.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I've actually heard the story before.
Yeah,
Oh.
Good
Wow.
story.
yeah, it's wild.
Shout out Mr. Mush.
So the Yankees got to get up. They gotta
Yeah, it's
figure some things
also Chad Green figured it out, man. He gets dummied by Lindor in every situation. He's the worst pitcher in the world. Their bullpen's a shame. Their fucking whole team right now is a shame. They don't win today, it's over.
You just can't groove a fastball to a guy who's one Lindor already hit 2 home runs
The
tonight.
problem is, Big Ev, he has one pitch. He doesn't have another pitch.
I know.
He has one
brutal.
pitch. It's a fastball.
Just grooved it right
You
down
know
the
what's
pipe.
coming.
Like it was unbelievable.
And the Mets are such losers too, by the way. Telling them that
No,
they,
you can't- you don't get
no,
to
no,
say
no,
they're
on
losers.
Saturday. No, on Saturday they said that the Yankees were whistling and tipping when Walker was tipping his pitches. First of all, the Astros have fucked everyone up because they think stealing signs is bad.
Right.
Stealing signs happens every game. If your pitcher's tipping a pitch, you're gonna figure it out. Even though it was just that Wandy loves the whistle. Wasn't anything else.
Well, I think it's how you steal signs. So baseball,
No.
you're right. There's almost like a look the other way or like a gentleman's agreement of like cheating in baseball, spitballs, fucking stealing signs, like all of that has been going on forever. The Astros took it the wrong way when they started videoing that
Well,
shit.
yeah, the
Now
cameras.
everybody's like,
The camera's cheating.
That's bad,
But
yeah.
if your fucking pitcher moves his glove like this and that tells it's going to be a fastball, so that's what pitchers do sometimes. They get in a rhythm and like people pick up on it.
I actually don't have a problem with it. If that's true and that's how the Yankees figured it out and they
Yeah,
did
it
it.
is.
But everyone's very sensitive now with how the Astros fucked everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Question. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say my favorite cheating allegation is Adrian Beltre had a friend out in center field, and every time a off-speed pitch was coming, the friend would take off his tank top and wave it, white tank top, just wave it.
I mean, you guys let that happen.
That's fair. That's
you
fair
should
to
let
me.
that happen.
If that
3,000
tank top-
hits.
If that tank
3,000
top
hits.
guy's figuring out your picks, your pitches, that's on.
I mean, the center fielder has to turn around, and look, and then yell to the pitcher, "Tank top, tank top,
Tank top,
You
tank
have
top,
to. You have to be able to do that.
Come with the fastball.
By the way, what's
Tippy toe.
what's our meeting? What's our company meeting about today?
Probably
think
launching more new college football shows. They need a guy. So they're going to ask everybody, hey, does anybody know a guy? I'm going to go, I got a guy.
That's good, Bosco. That was a good one.
Yeah, he's on one today.
That was probably just
Tip my
about
hat.
our company.
That's a good point.
And me and you know what?
There's
I
a
kind
live
of just
stream of
want
the
to.
meeting I saw.
I want advice from everybody. Me and Rico have to interview someone today that doesn't like us.
Oh, who is it? Well, if it's Rico, it could be anybody.
Yeah. Oh, we can just say it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if he doesn't bail.
He might be. If he bails, he bails. It's fucking Brad Calipari. So we were talking shit about him.
Okay.
About
Yeah, how do we play it?
Because he got because the headline was, "Oh, Brad Calipari gets hired as a grad assistant at Kentucky." We're like, "Oh my God, what a great accomplishment!" As his dad hired.
Well, I mean, Rico's just going to roll over and let him pet his belly.
So
like he
that's
always
not
does.
true.
That's what we're nervous about. I don't. And he he came back. Like he DM'd Jake, was like, "I'm not gonna come on to get shit talked." We're like, "Well, I don't like Kentucky, so I'm not gonna be like, hey, we're sorry."
I don't think you shit talk him. I think you'd be respectful and give him his platform to defend
Yeah, that's what
the
I think I have to
accusations
do.
you're putting against
You,
him.
and
Yeah.
you also say, this is why I don't like Kentucky. I'm just an irrational Duke fan.
Yeah, that's basically what I was gonna say. Like, I just don't like you guys.
All right, here we go. So, college football.
Real quick, why are we watching
Why are we watching what?
football? Alabama.
He's got a point.
I don't think so. I don't think
You
so.
don't
It's a
hold-
long season.
Oh.
It's a long season.
you don't think so,
It's a
Mr.
long-
Ohio State champion?
I didn't say that.
You didn't say that?
No.
Said
Well, you
Oklahoma.
got Georgia.
I said Oklahoma, which is just
God.
bad.
Oh, no.
But I didn't say Ohio State.
Oh no.
Brandon picked 3 of the top 4 as the fucking top 5.
No, I didn't pick Ohio State. let's just see what Alabama looks like on the road against Florida this week. They'll win. But let's just wait because Miami came back after Alabama and beat App State by 2. Now App State's a good program,
Great program.
but Miami needs to be beating App State by more than 2 points. Period. If Miami's a top 15 team like they claim to be, they got to be beating App State by more than 2.
Yeah. And you're going to say this after Mercer?
No, I'm just looking at every other, like all the top teams.
I don't think I think this year still has the potential for chaos. We've had 2 weeks, 2 top 5 teams have already been beat. Crazy things happen. I'm not handing Alabama the championship yet.
The A&M quarterback thing looks interesting.
No, that's not great.
A&M's a problem.
A&M is not good.
They are not good.
I mean, there's a lot of top like Notre Dame is
like
just
A&M.
not a good football team at all.
Fact.
You're good read on that.
No, Notre Dame's not good.
That was me. Toledo.
No, I said this 2 weeks
Toledo
ago.
first half. I had them first
Notre Dame's
half on my
phony.
card.
Frost.
I think we all said it, all
Didn't
right?
you suggest?
I literally
We
see
can both have
Notre
it.
Dame was my team that would be underwhelming.
Yeah, Toledo money line first half.
Yeah, it was plus 390.
You said that?
I said it on Friday on the show.
Okay. By the way, I don't think it's on you that Ange didn't show up to this show. On Thursday, I went up to her and said, "Hey, tomorrow at noon, please be in the Pick Central," and she didn't come.
Mincy was in a blender on Twitter. There was deleting you, deleting you.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
She was invited to be on the show.
No, yeah, of course she's invited, but I will say,
Yeah.
I knew that we asked her on Thursday, and then you asked me to host the show, and I will admit, I didn't think about it, and so, in hindsight, I wish I'd have gone and said, "Hey, remember it." And that's on me though. That's
No, I don't
blame
think
to you.
that's on you.
Okay.
If I invite somebody on Thursday, then they can show up on Friday. That you don't have to go back Friday morning and say you're still invited. She was invited.
She's openly invited.
Whenever she's here, if she wants to come
Exactly.
in, she can come in.
Exactly.
All right.
Fucking gas.
Good. Thank you for having my back.
Fucking
Brandon.
gas.
Thank you for having my back.
Table
Brandon.
Legion. Fuck.
What do you call him? Pig vomit?
Table. Yeah.
Yeah.
WNBC.
I saw Gas
He wanted
on
to celebrate
Saturday.
after we got number 1. He tried to run me out for 3 weeks before.
Tried to run you out.
Yeah.
Can I mention
Howard,
one,
we did it. Fuck you.
My bad. No. Just one promotion. It's Barstool Sportsbook. If you sign up today, $5,000 match bet. That's the craziest shit I've ever seen. 5 G's
Yeah.
on a match bet.
Maybe you should put it on the Toronto Blue Jays to win the World Series and collect about $1 million.
$5,000 match play today though of a bonus if you deposit in the sportsbook. Just wanted to mention that.
This guy's just telling people to put their 5,000 free bet on a World Series future,
Blue Jays are good.
knowing that you take like 9 World Series futures.
No,
a
I
year.
took one so far, and I just added another because I have eyeballs.
Blue Jays.
Yeah, I watch baseball. Blue Jays, loaded. Softball lineup. In the wild card spot right now. AL, I've been saying all year, is wide open.
crazy.
You're down on the White Sox, correct?
Very down on the
Okay,
White
there's
Sox.
2 proven winners, the Rays and the Astros.
I'm not
it's a
sure
four-
me
it's a
being down on the White
14
Sox
playoff.
meaning they won't like.
No,
Still,
it's
they
the
can get there.
Dodgers and the Brewers.
Okay.
And
You
the
ever heard of a
Giants.
hedge? Call the landscapers. Get the hedges.
The
Nobody.
Blue Jays
What
are
about the Rays?
the
That's what I
Rays are
said.
definitely
The Rays, I
mean,
think the
Blue
Rays
Jays
are the class and the Astros.
Again,
are
I'll bet you right now,
Without a doubt, but
in
if,
anything,
you know,
the Blue Jays don't make the playoffs.
Really? I mean, they're. I know.
He's-
They're hot right now.
he's delusional.
No, I'm not.
Hello, my name is Martin, and I need help.
I'm not delusional. I'm telling you, they're going to
Delusional.
fall off.
Ohio State
Bad.
lost to Oregon. Now, I'm not going to brag about this, but the fact that I picked Oregon plus 14.5, but we treated Oregon like they were some Rudy Poo program, like they were nobody. The fact that they were getting 14.5 points is ridiculous because Ohio State's a better program than Oregon because Ohio State's top 3 program, but Oregon's like 7 to 11. Like they're a very good program in this country, and they're equipped to go across the country and handle Ohio State. 14.5 was always an insult, and they win the game outright.
Well,
It's
Vegas,
the Anthony
Vegas
Brown
doesn't.
effect to
They
me.
don't see. They didn't see the peak ahead.
But here's the thing: you say the Anthony Brown effect, but Ohio State's defense through 2 games has been so bad. Anthony
No,
Brown-
I got you.
Yeah.
It's just that's why I couldn't. I'm the biggest Oregon guy here. It's just why I couldn't fall in love with Oregon with Anthony Brown on the center.
I mean, he looked fine.
He looked fine.
Yeah.
You're right.
And
Adjust.
And Ohio State's had 8 quarters this season. They've spent 0 of them looking like a playoff contender. Their offense is a playoff offense. Their defense is soft, doesn't tackle, is never in the right spot. They've given up 260-yard rushers in 2 weeks. And
But you don't think it was because of week 1? That's why they got so many points because of Oregon.
Well, I think Oregon coming.
But here's the
across
problem
cross
with that,
country,
though.
Noon.
so the books punished Oregon for looking bad. Ohio State also looked bad in week 1.
No,
so
you're right.
they didn't look good at all either. So
But we still won the conference game on the road by 14.
14, yeah. But it was Minnesota.
And Oregon was out 2 of its best defensive players.
Against Ohio State too. Oregon had like 5 defensive starters either hurt, missed the game, or not fully healthy.
In the summer, the line was like 9.5, 10. It gets to 14.
I think this loss is a lot bigger than just Ohio State losing to Oregon. I mean, I don't see a team that's going to be able to. Everybody says they're going to be all right. They're going to be fine. Yes, if they won out, they would be fine. They would make the playoff. How are they going to win out if they can't play defense?
I'm worried they're going to go 9-3.
3.
Big F. Hi.
I do think they could get clipped once. I don't know about twice, 2 more times.
I could see another team that they let stick around like Minnesota with a better offensive attack.
If they can't play defense, then Penn State could get them easy. If they can't play defense,
I think 9-3 is more likely than running the table.
Before Big F goes, you couldn't be in a worse spot for your team to lose.
Oh man, should have got a flight home immediately.
Yeah, I would have been like, fuck
you know what? I'm not doing
man.
the show.
The motherfucker handled it like a champ, though. I will say that.
That was it. When you flipped it on the 9/11 thing, that was pretty brilliant.
Listen, that's a pro move. Anytime your back's against the wall, just yell "fuck terrorists" with around a bunch of college kids. They'll go nuts.
America.
They said you just start a USA chant. I mean, it was a personal hell. I mean, Dave draped over me more than he was draped over his own girlfriend half the afternoon. It was. There's a lot of ways I can go with this. I'll be rational. I'm going to take the Ohio State I've had off for a second. I kind of agree with Brandon where it's more like the loss is bad. Like any loss when you're Ohio State's a bad loss. But it was not even just losing the football game. Like it wasn't like we lost some classic where Oregon might be a legit contender, dropped a tough one. I have no faith in Kerry Combs as a defensive coordinator. It was awful. I had to stand up and watch the game there because that game was that TV was ahead. So I couldn't even watch on the couch over. I had to come over here. Dave was laying on my back for an hour.
That's also a tame picture of this situation because Dave was wrapping his arm around.
Literally the entire second half. He was draped on my back.
Yeah.
But you say defense, 7 points in the first half at home. That's just as embarrassing.
270 yards in the first half.
No, but I'm saying Stroud literally threw for 484 yards. Stroud, you can get it's hard to blame a guy when you throw for that many yards, but he missed a lot of easy throws. He's missed a lot of easy throws the first 2 games. He had a bad pick at the end of the game, which pretty much sealed the loss. But the defense is clearly the most concerning thing, and not just the defense, it's the lack of adjustments. When they score 3 of their touchdowns, literally untouched, running to the left, and they're just sealing the edge, just nobody there. That's disgusting. That's not even just playing. That's coaching. That's Kerry Combs being an awful X's and O's defensive coordinator. He was our secondary coach for a long time. He went to the Titans with Vrabel, came back to be the defensive coordinator after Grinch left, and he's just not the X's and O's guy. He's a likable guy. He's a high energy guy. All the guys in the locker room like him. He's always been a well-liked guy with a player, like a player's coach. The X's and O's are just not there.
What was his role with the Titans?
I think he was secondary coach, defensive backs coach.
Okay, so not to pile on, but that should be a telling sign, too, that he couldn't get a defensive coordinator position in the NFL.
Well,
right?
I think he just got a good opportunity to go to the NFL with a guy he liked in Vrabel.
You're just the biggest non-pile-on guy, but pile-on guy.
Right.
Bro, I have Ohio State.
No, I know,
futures up
but
the
I love
wazoo.
when
he walks up to the pile and kind of puts a little weight on it.
Yeah, it's no disrespect, but I'm going to disrespect the shit out of you.
You know what? Fucking... No, made a great point about his career trajectory.
Without
That's all
saying
I'm
not going to pile on.
Right.
But
no offense.
It's not even about the loss because I agree. If we go win out, we'd be in the playoff. I don't have much faith in us winning out right now. Even though the schedule, the next few weeks is it's Tulsa, Akron,
right,
Rutgers, which I'm not taking any Big Ten game as a cakewalk ever. At this point with the defense we're playing right now.
Where do you play?
TJ's hey, do it. All
and
right,
I'm a Rutgers guy. I'm a
money
Rutgers rider now. I almost can't be because the game. I'm worried about it.
Where is the game?
You play Penn State and Columbus?
I believe so.
Okay.
That's going to be a fucking tough game.
It's going to be a war. Yeah, that's going to be something.
Because I think at this point, the only I think the way to get in the playoff, we'd have to run the table, hope that Iowa's as good as they look right now, maybe face an undefeated Iowa in the Big Ten championship game or something like that. I think.
You win out, you're in the playoff. Period. It'll shake out. There'll be.
I hope so. I don't know.
One loss, Ohio State's gonna.
I'm not willing to guarantee that right now. I think partly for me is just like I said. I'm not crazy confident in winning out right now.
No, that's the tough part.
That's for me. That's what I was trying to say. That for me is more concerning than just one loss to Oregon.
I think they might lose.
Because if we were to lose a game this season,
very well could,
and make the playoff, Oregon would be the one you pick at a conference, a good team. a legit maybe top 10 team this year. We'll see how the rest of the season shakes out.
I need them to win out. I have fucking over 11.
And Oregon does look, all of a sudden, they're the class of the Pac-12. Washington has been a disaster to start the season.
Fuck USC.
USC, that's one of the
Awful.
that's embarrassing.
Joke.
Unbelievable. It was
Joke.
so bad at halftime. I said, there is
Joke.
no prayer that this is coming. I'm like, I'm going to bed. I'm done. I'm not
Stanford
watching
is
this fucking thing.
trash. Stanford was terrible against
Horrible.
Kansas State.
Horrible.
And they just beat them like a. It was awful.
I was laying 17 with USC. I was
Oh,
legitimately
it's a
ashamed
sucker.
of myself.
Yeah, me too.
I was looking in the mirror. I
Same.
was like, how dumb are you? Like, what a sucker you are. Laying 17 with this atrocious.
Stanford's upset him a bunch. through
USC
years,
might be
too.
in my doghouse like for the rest of the season, like out, like just not betting them. They're just not good.
Let's see.
Tennessee's a joke too.
No, not Tennessee.
They should have covered.
You know, it's
Texas,
a joke.
Texas is a joke.
Tennessee who? Football?
Yes,
You know,
they should have covered.
The biggest joke is Florida State.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god!
After that Sunday night, we
Oh
all
my
got excited.
God.
What a game. Doak Campbell's back. It's fantastic. Notre Dame early in the day goes out and barely beats Toledo. Probably shouldn't have beat Toledo. Beat them 32-29. And then Florida State at night, it was like midnight, and they end up losing to Jacksonville State, a team that was hammered by UAB to open the season.
Can
Jacksonville
you
State.
explain the why they weren't in prevent? You read that story.
No, so Norvell talked about it. So I don't know the timeout situation. I know there was 6 seconds left. I know there was 6 seconds left on the clock. They were on their own, like 30?
Yeah.
Like 30-ish, like give or take a
Right.
few yards. I mean, they weren't even like the guy. He just got beat on like a deep ball.
They didn't go
Right.
prevent.
Like they
Brandon.
didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't
I
go
know.
prevent.
He
Which
said
so
that
they
thought-
were down 3. Correct. They
Right.
were down 3. So I think what the comment that Norvell made was thinking that they could get into field goal range, but there was 6 seconds left. That makes no sense.
There was one play left in the game.
They
yeah.
would have had to get say even a reasonable 40
50
yards in
Yeah.
6 seconds. It's
It's not
impossible.
doable. Yeah, it's not
Wait.
doable. Mike Norvell's not a good football coach. Mike Norvell.
No, awful.
He had it. He had everything in his lap. He had everything. They even the fact they lost to Notre Dame, they still showed well. They were fantastic. Everything was coming around. They were finally going to start building again. And you lose to an average FCS team. Not
That's
a good one, an
embarrassing.
average.
Sorry to
one.
cut you off, but you needed to know that was the case. Like Norvell, it's just
No,
that tells me he's incompetent.
That being
He's
his
incompetent.
mindset, that's just inexcusable. You're just a bad
The
football coach.
greatest fork in the road.
Inexcusable.
Greatest fork in the road moment ever. Ole Miss wanted Norvell, and Florida State got him, and Ole Miss got Giffen.
You want
best thing ever.
I was wondering how you would make that about Ole
You
Miss.
want to know how Florida
Ole
State
Miss
is?
wanted Norvell.
You want to know how Florida State is currently a losing program and full of incompetent players and coaches from top to bottom? Did you see the player proposing to his girlfriend post game?
All right,
after a loss to Jackson
I'm
State.
opposite of this. I'm opposite of this.
How?
I'm opposite. Are some things bigger than sports?
Not when you lose to Jacksonville
Are some-
State. Not when you lose to Jacksonville State.
This man, first of all, he's an offensive lineman. He's a big guy. It's clearly a beautiful girl, and he has decided he's proposing to this girl. It could have been their anniversary. We don't know. He lost. Fine. Okay, he lost. Whatever. He still wants to propose and start the rest of his life. Good for him.
I think
That's
you gotta
fine.
wait for it.
Yeah.
to
Good for
happen.
That's
that
fine.
man.
He goes, he gets on the bus, goes into the locker room, changes. They take a cab home, and he proposes quietly in his living room. You do not do it where
Yeah,
social media can get you.
that's actually-
You're
yes.
kind of right, but you do not do it
No, that's
in the
a good
public
point.
eye.
That's
No,
a
I
good
agree.
point.
I
He
think
could've done
you
it-
lose to Jacksonville
He
State.
could have done it
gotta
on the
reroute.
field once Jacksonville State maybe left.
Just zero awareness.
Maybe this
zero
girl,
awareness.
maybe this girl, maybe during their dating says, you know what? I really want you to propose on the field. Maybe she said that.
Could have
You
when they
could
left.
do it the next game.
Right.
Do it next
Yeah.
win.
Do
When
it the
they
Notre
leave.
Dame game.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just
Notre Dame
saying.
game, that would have been
I'm
acceptable.
just saying
Possibly.
the guy decided to do it. Once you decide to do it, you just go ahead and do it. You just fucking do it. He wasn't thinking about anything else.
No,
other
he
than
was
that
thinking
moment.
about that.
Yeah, he's thinking about
they
himself.
thought
Selfish.
They should have
Selfish.
You know what?
beaten
Maybe,
Jacksonville
maybe
State.
he mentally just, you know what? He's like, season's over. We lost to Jacksonville State. Like, let me get something good out of this.
Oh, he
some
planned
some
Jacksonville
positive
State.
vibes.
He planned Jacksonville State because that was their one
Clear
guaranteed
win.
win on the schedule. And it's like, fuck, now what?
Not to pile on Norvell, but I will pile on Norvell. Have you seen what Memphis has been doing as far as scoring points?
No, I don't want to talk about Memphis because Memphis was up
Memphis
like
is-
55-30.
Yeah,
That's
Arkansas
an
State
easy
pushed.
win.
I
That's
had Arkansas State.
I didn't. I had
Push.
6. I had it 6.
Oh, wow.
I lost that.
I pushed.
That's just, I had 2 games this week that were easy winners in the third and fourth quarter and ended up.
No, but Memphis is scoring a lot of points without Norvell.
Yeah,
So that
they're
should
also
say something
giving
as
up
well.
50 a game too. They're not.
Well,
looking
yeah.
good.
How do these kids get rings in college? Sitting there like a schmuck selling shoes out of a garbage, and I couldn't fucking get a ring for something.
They get stipends.
stipends. I got $13 every away game.
They
You
get real
played
stipends.
Division III
Yeah,
college
yeah.
baseball. This
Guy
guy
went-
plays
went
at
to
Florida
Mount-
State.
guy went to Mount St. Mary's in
He
Newburgh.
probably got 100,000 just to go there.
$13 an away game was a crime.
A lot of smokes up there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Newburgh, New York.
Yeah,
No, it
Newburgh,
was.
New York.
It's a nursing school. 77% women. Toledo.
Whatever.
Toledo. Just go down the one, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's another one. Like
No
yeah,
awareness.
Yeah,
None.
yeah. You
He's excited.
You should. But when you break one like that, and you
It's
got to
also-
score to take the lead, just the guy's trained to just score.
That's what I was gonna say. It's tough to lay down when you're losing.
And if they were
Because
like,
something could happen. Like I don't totally blame. Like it's hindsight's 20/20. There was a lot of time left on the clock. It's tough to lay down. It's one thing like the Gurley thing, like where you're winning and you lay down. It's tough to just lay down and not take the go-ahead points.
if they were at like the 5-yard line, and the coach could have a chance to say, all right, if we break in there, just lay down. We're going to kick the field goal. We're going to win the game. But they were like the
didn't see it
25 to 30. They probably hadn't planned that, and he breaks one loose. You break one loose, you just score.
yeah, you got to score. It's tough. It's tough to look
You
back
don't
on.
have
There
to
are
score,
situations
but
to lay
it's
down. I don't
just
think that was
to lay down and then something happens after. It would like say something happened, a bobbled snap, something. You'd be like, this kid's the biggest idiot on the planet.
1,000%. But again, like when you think about it, you want to lose. You don't want to give them the opportunity to beat you. Like if you're gonna lose, you'd rather it on you than you giving them the ball with a minute and a half. Also, Notre Dame scored it in 20 seconds.
Yep.
Also, I had the over in that game, so that touchdown actually hit it. So I was thankful for him.
You could always tell someone's opinion how they gambled on
right.
it.
Yeah.
Good effort by
Big
State.
M's like, yeah, he's got to score.
And another team that is it's just never going to happen for them. It's the worst loss you can have in sports when you're not in Alabama, you're not in Ohio State, but you have a top 10 team and you think, finally, this is our moment, this is our year. Iowa State has never been anything in football, and they keep getting to this level where it's the cream rises to the top. And it was double bad for them because they had that realization loss that, nope, it's not your year, and it was given to them by their arch rival, Iowa.
Again.
Who, by the way, Iowa's like number 6 in the country now. I have no idea if they're any good at all.
They should
don't
be,
either.
but they
Zero.
should.
They might be.
I said
They should be number 5.
They should be 5.
They should be because they have the best resume so far.
Yes.
They have the 2 best wins as far as 2 wins.
Do they? Indiana?
This is-
I mean,
They beat number 17 and they beat number
Numbers-
8.
numbers.
You're falling victim to the preseason again.
No, all I'm saying is if these rankings are out there, you're gonna they have
All
2
right,
good
got it.
wins in weeks 1 and 2.
What's Oregon?
But their offense is trash.
Right.
And they're not the 5th best team in the country, but they've kind of earned the 5th spot, which is ironic and weird, but that's how we do it in this country.
Okay.
Have you seen
Yeah,
this
actually,
since-
you know what? Good for the rank. Oregon's 4.
Yeah.
So 4 and Iowa 5. Those are the 2 best resumes in my opinion, right there.
Have you seen the
Penn State also has a pretty good one, and they're up top
Penn
10 as
State.
well.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Cincinnati line this week?
I have.
Cincinnati's
It's
fucked.
very weird.
Very weird.
2.5, right?
I saw 4 when it opened.
Okay.
Cincy, road favorite, right?
It makes-
in
road
Indiana.
favorite.
Yeah.
It makes me. You bet Indiana in this situation, right?
Yeah, but I mean, we talked about it last week. So I guess what were the 3 rats? I said Mississippi State or NC State
Texas,
was a rat.
Arkansas is a rat.
That was a rat. Syracuse, Rutgers -2 against Syracuse, and there was a third small favorite.
I would argue Iowa
That I
was
liked.
2. I would argue.
It was like 1.5, 2. Either way, it'll come to me. But either way, I mean, sometimes you could be right. I mean, Rutgers covered. NC State didn't. Like, it can go either way. I think Cincinnati has been gearing up for this. I think Cincinnati's a better team. I agree with you. Indiana, the line tells you play Indiana.
Right.
I still think Cincy can win the game.
It's also desperation time for Indiana. Like, if you came into the season thinking you were a good team, thinking you had a chance for a special season, you get a reality check in week 1. Well, now you have a huge game at home.
Pittsburgh was the third one.
Backs against the wall.
You have backs against the wall. You lose this, you go 1 and 2. Your dream's pretty much over for the season. Your same old Indiana. You still have a chance to change the same old Indiana mindset by you have a top 10 team coming to see you at home. To me, it's a lot like Texas, Arkansas. Texas was a fake. They had a fake ranking though. They didn't deserve to be there. Cincinnati is not fake, but Arkansas has just been desperate for a decade. They were beating Texas no matter what in Fayetteville Saturday night. No matter what, that was never going to be close. I don't know why Texas was ever that big of a favorite because Texas is a soft football team, and Arkansas was able to do that. But this is similar because Indiana is that desperate for this win. I don't know. It makes me think Indiana's a decent play here.
No, yeah. The way you put that out, it is. But I also, what we said in the beginning of the season, Cincinnati's getting fucked by Notre Dame and Indiana. Not going to be that good.
Yeah, no, that's very true. But they could also be getting helped by the fact that they're not good. Maybe they wouldn't beat them if they weren't.
That's
if they
true.
were great.
That's
so
true.
maybe I don't know.
It's a weird one.
It is a weird one. And yes, Mississippi State beat NC State. A lot of people.
The Leach underdog.
Great for my over for them too.
Walker, the Leach underdog thing, man.
And it's not even Leach though. Like we won 24-10, and we're not good offensively yet. But the defense has been fantastic. They scored their touchdown with 30 seconds left in the blowout. So good win. Mississippi State probably going to win the national title. I don't really see. They should be ranked over Ohio State now. I would assume. Have you agree? Definitely. Yeah. Good.
Blow me.
What's Michigan's deal? I don't think Washington's good.
They're not good.
Yeah,
They're okay.
They're okay.
know,
Yeah,
but
they're
Okay, they're not like bad, but
I don't think they're as
okay.
bad as I thought they were going to be.
No, they're not. They're not a bad football team. The thing about Michigan is they haven't been bad during this whole stretch. They've just been.
They don't win the big one.
Last year they were kind of bad.
They've just been blah, right?
Yeah.
They've just been meh.
Yes.
Like they've been fine, but they just haven't been Michigan football.
Expectations always higher than they.
And their rival is sitting on, one of the teams sitting near the top of the sport, so it makes them look exponentially worse.
True.
But I don't know. Washington's just embarrassing.
Yeah, they're bad.
awful.
Terrible.
Offense is just.
They can't score against anybody. Remember when Chris Peterson left Jimmy Lake all that talent, and he just did nothing. Did nothing.
I think the Pac-12's bad.
It's weird because the Pac-12 has two marquee wins through week 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's true.
They got UCLA beating LSU,
Yeah.
and they got Oregon beating Ohio State. But then the Pac-12 behind them is just losing these terrible games.
You know what's a good one this week? UCLA Fresno,
Yeah, I think Fresno can win that football game
without a doubt.
because LSU is not good.
Yeah, you're right.
LSU is not good at all.
You were not wrong about this.
and
Mr. Walker.
UCLA is kind of living off the dead body of LSU. Fresno might be just as good as UCLA.
What's the line on that?
I can look. I was still.
If Fresno was
early.
catching double digits, that's easy. I'm on Fresno.
Fresno was leading Oregon in the fourth quarter. And a week later, Oregon goes to Columbus and beats Ohio
Jake
State.
Hayner's a fucking stud.
Yeah, they
He
got
is.
offensively. They're fantastic.
11.
Oh, that's
I'm taking Fresno.
now wait that
Where's it at?
UCLA.
That doesn't.
that means nobody will be there because
There you have
UCLA fans don't go to UCLA games. Oh, boy.
Another early, just to look early. Nevada's -2 on the road at Kansas State.
Did Skylar Thompson get hurt again?
Yeah,
They said he's
hurt.
fine though.
Oh, is he? I thought
Is
he
he
was
fine?
Or he's gonna play this year. I saw Kelly in Vegas tweeted something about that. They said it wasn't nearly as bad as they thought.
That's the game. They'll never do it, but that's the game of the weekend to me. That's a fucking great game.
Nevada's gonna win.
That's a great game to watch.
What are the games of the weekend?
Florida,
Alabama's up there.
But is it really though? I mean, Florida.
What's Florida doing? What's his name? So much better.
the fact that Florida
Did you
didn't
see
cover?
Richardson's
By
stat
the way,
line this
by the way,
weekend?
Ben,
Yes.
this guy's going to win a Heisman.
He does look good.
Did you
Yeah.
see his stat line this weekend?
South
It's
Florida's
absurd.
horrible.
I
South
believe
Florida is horrible, but this guy I think has
He is talent.
Hold on,
like
I'm
9
gonna pull up-
carries, maybe 300 yards.
They
this year.
were
It's
killing them, and then just foot off the gas.
Yeah. No, they haven't covered it in either week, but they
try.
improved
They
so
try.
much. They improved so much when Emory Jones goes out and Anthony Richardson comes out.
Yes.
He is electric.
Do you want me to tell you just this week his box score?
Yeah, please.
He was passing. He was 3 for 3 for 152 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Pretty good.
He had 4 carries for 115 yards and 1
It's
touchdown.
like playing Tecmo Super Bowl.
He also can do a backflip like a gymnast, a
Yes.
running backflip. It
He's
is
6'4", 230.
It is,
Like, why
it is
do you put
stunning when
Emory
you
in?
watch him step on the field how much better he is than Emory Jones, and they just continue to play Emory Jones. I can't fathom why.
Auburn.
You want to know
Penn
what
State's
vibes it
weekend,
gives me?
too.
It gives me
Auburn, Penn State, yeah.
I think I talked about this before. I remember years ago when Jokic first came in the league, they'd play him 20 minutes a game. He'd go for 15 and 10 in 2 blocks. And finally he started playing him 40 minutes. He just started going crazy. That's how I feel Richardson. I'm like, just play the guy. He'll go off all game. He's amazing.
Read that ad
Just
very
play
quickly.
him.
Yeah.
Picks, boys, picks.
Fall's coming. Barstool Sports Store has all the new and best-selling hoodies in the Barstool Sports at store.barstoolsports.com.
All right, picks. Smitty, you are leading because of your parlay powers. Go. Give us your parlay.
We got Yankees today, -1.5, must-win situation. I believe I have Yankees first to 5 runs as well. I might stack that up even more just to fuck with you guys. But the Dodgers -1.5, home against the Diamondbacks. Kershaw back on the mound. You might as well just bet them every night. They're in a barn burner against the Giants. And then good value, Mark Andrews first TD +850. Probably going to add another one for tonight's game. Do a little research, but we'll see.
Marty Mush.
Real quick, Joey Gallo only having 2 sacrifice flies in his whole career is insane.
That is wild.
No
That's
way.
There's no way
craziest
that's
stat.
That
It's
can't be
it's
right.
1,000,000% true. I did the podcast on it. It was on
Just
the.
by average. I'm just.
He hit his second one yesterday
That's insane.
in his career.
All right.
That's wildly inefficient.
Picks.
That's a good stat, though. I know it's supposed to go fast, but that's a good stat.
Thank
Holy
you.
shit.
I got the Yankees minus 1.5. They have to win. Yeah, there you go. I'm switching the Raiders to the Ravens minus 4, Cardinals money line, and I got the Aces minus 14.5.
Big F.
If the Yankees can't beat the Twins, they can't beat anybody. They pound on this team. If they do not win today, I'm canceling the season. Yankees minus 1.5. Yankees Twins over 10. I'm on the Raiders and I'm on the over.
All right, I'm on the Ravens and the under. Offensive line troubles for the Raiders scares me. Ravens minus 4, under 50.5, and Padres money line to beat the Giants tonight. Ben Mintz.
I've got the Raiders plus 4. This is the real opening Monday night atmosphere because it's the first time they've had fans. I got the Cardinals, the Red Sox by running F in Seattle, and I got the Marlins, the Alcantara. I always forget how you say it.
And Rico Bosco.
Blue Jays, Astros, Giants, Mariners money line. I got a parlay plus with Lamar Jackson over 1.5 touchdowns, passing touchdowns. Ravens minus 2.5, under 57.5. You could jack up those lines. It's plus 420.
Astros minus 200. That's a good pick.
I didn't know it got that high. I didn't cancel Astros minus 1.5, please. That will be changed. Cannot afford to go 20.
No, you can't.
All right,
They're not going to go that high.
good stuff. We haven't talked Monday, Wednesday, Friday this week?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you didn't send me your weekend text.
Oh, you were napping yesterday. Then you watched the VMAs.
I had issues this week. I had issues this weekend.
What, did the dog fight back?
SmackDown was excellent in MSG the other night. We had great seats. Thank you to Erica Nardini. Beautiful seats, fantastic. Trey Young was there.
College football show looked wild, and we watched it.
College football show was wild, but Big Ev was a fucking king in that Michigan crowd.
Fans were nuts.
Oh, I had one guy come up to me. Brandon, you a rider? I said, no, man, no. And he goes, fuck you. And I told him, I told him, well, you eat a fucking salad. And then we started getting mad at each other. It was like really almost coming to blows. And then we ended up apologizing, like, hey, I just really love Rico, man.
That got out of hand. Sorry.
These are my people.